Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss more about records. And in this session, we would like to solve a problem statement using our record concept. So let's get started. So what I am presenting uh, in the screen is a table where I am having the name of the salesman and how much sales they have done in each and every month. What I want here is to have a total column which will give me the total of all the months sales value. However, if in future new months are getting added like May, June, July, so on and so forth, the total should dynamically add the sales value of those new columns also. So how we are going to solve this particular problem statement? Let's see. So for that, first let us identify the pattern of my data. So in this table, I don't want to add the name, rather I want to add other than the name columns. Tomorrow, if in future, if any added extra columns are coming like the address column, so I want to exclude the name and the address and then just I want to add the months column. That means if I identify my names of the columns which are representing months, if I'm having a list of all that months column, then what I can do, I can simply add that. So first step, what I will do, I will identify the names of column of my table. So for that, the function is table.column names, and I will give my table name. And what I will have the list of the names of the columns of this particular table. So let me rename this step as column name all list. Now in this list, what I need to do, I need to identify the column names which are months. So for that, I need to transform this list. And for transforming the list, we know the column, the Power Query function is list.transform. And it is asking, give me the list. So column name all is my list. And it is asking what transformation you want to do on this particular list. Right now, I don't want to do any transformation. I'm telling, give me my list as it is. Now, this underscore represents each and every header of this list, items of this list like name, Jan, Feb. So what I can do, I can try to convert this particular month name into a date. For that, if I add 1 and so what I'm going to get is a 1 Jan, 1 Feb, 1 March. Obviously, system cannot convert this one name into a date structure. And why I have wrapped the 1 in double quotes because Jan is a text and 1 is a number. So I cannot combine number with the text. So that's why I have used 1 also as a text. Now from this particular item, I can try to extract the date from which accepts value as any. And now what I'm getting is a date value. Obviously, the first name got errored out because it is not able to convert into a date format. Now I cannot do much with the list, like I cannot filter all the date values. So what I can tell to the Power Query, why don't you try to convert this particular date.form into a record? So what I'm getting a record, and each record is giving me two values. The first column is giving me whether any error is there or not. Obviously, in the second record, there was no error because it was able to convert it into a date value. However, the first record was having an error and it was not able to convert. And if I go inside this record, I will get the details of the error. So now, if you have observed, this complete try till end is giving me a record. So I can wrap the complete statement into the parentheses and then I can try to extract the hash error field name, field value. Now I'm getting true and false. And now if you know, if I do list.select, I have given my list name and the selection parameters. So what I'm getting is only my name column because that was having the error. But hey, I don't want to have the list of the column names which is not a date or a month. So I can reverse this logic and I can just add not. And what I will get is all the month name as list. Basically, not is reversing my logic. So now I'm having month column name list. Now what I can do, I can add a column to this particular table, and then I can do something by adding a record and doing some calculation. Let's see how we can do that. So after this, I'm adding another step and I'm bringing my source table. And in this table, I'm adding a column, table.add column. It is asking give me a table. My table is source. It is asking give me a new column name. My new column name is total. Then it is asking what is the column generator as a function. So right now, I just want to return back my row in this particular new column. Each underscore in the context of a table means the row of that particular table, and a row means a record. So let's see what is getting added. I am getting this particular row as a record. And similarly, in the second row, I'm getting the second row as a record. So let me rename this particular step as total as record. Now from this record, what I can do, I can just try to select the fields which are month fields name. So I can add another step, or better what I can do in this step itself, since this underscore is giving me a record, what I can do, I can add record dot field. My intelligence are not working. Let me see what happened. So I'm using a Power Query function Record.SelectFields, which expects a record, and underscore is giving me a record, and the column name we have to give in a list structure. Right now my intelligence are not showing, and I have my list name as month column name list. Now if I go and see, whatever record I'm getting is only having the month related column names and its respective values. But hey, I cannot do much with these records. So if I convert this particular Power Query function, which is giving me a record into a list, then I can do a List.Sum. So what I can do, record dot to list, and it expects a record, and this particular Power Query function is giving me a record, and now what I'm getting is a list. And now I can use the Power Query function as List.Sum. And here I'm getting my total. And if you see the last parameter of the Power Query function is the data type. And I can add the data type as type number.type. And here my total is also having number.data type. So in this way, we have dynamically added the total column using record. Not only record, there is a mix and match of many Power Query functions. But tomorrow, if any new columns are coming, months columns are coming, this Power Query will handle those columns also. So thanks for watching.